The United States has 50 operating attack submarines that can follow and kill enemy submarines and surface ships with ease, and there are dozens more of these ships in China and Russia. But in the last 100 years of modern submarine fighting, there has been only one battle that actually took place underwater. Yep, you heard that right. There has only been one submarine battle in the last century. It happened during World War II, when a smaller British submarine attacked a much bigger German ship, a classic tale of David versus Goliath. But before we get into it, we would really appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button, and in return, we will keep providing quality informative videos like this just for you. Thank you. The iconic battle happened in 1945, just when the war was almost over. British intelligence intercepted communications about Operation Caesar, which was an attempt by Germany to send advanced technology to Japan so as to help Japan stay in the war and, hopefully, buy the Axis a few more months to turn the situation around. The Germans put a lot of liquid mercury and samples of advanced weapons, as well as German and Japanese scientists, on the submarine U-864 and sent it to Japan. Some of the most exciting pieces of technology on board were jet engines from German manufacturers, which were kind of a hot cake back then. Operation Caesar began on December 5, 1944, and was led by Captain Ralph Reimar Wolfram of the corvette. His first plan was a good one. Most of the water he would have to cross was held by the Allies, and the start was the most dangerous. Britain had a strong grip on the North Sea, so Wolfram chose to stay near the port and let German defenses protect him. Unfortunately for him, he wrecked his sub while going through the Kiel Canal. The damage wasn't that bad, but still, a repair needed to be made, so he had to dock for repairs. While the boat was being repaired at Bergen, Norway, another problem occurred. British planes randomly attacked and dropped earthquake bombs in the area, which damaged the pen and the sub, and, as a result, delayed his mission even more. This delay would prove fatal. Unknown to Captain Ralph Reimar Wolfram, Britain had intercepted early communications about the mission, and the delay gave them a chance to send a British submarine after the German one. The HMS Venturer was the name of the submarine. It was sent to Fedje, Norway, to intercept the German U-864 submarine. Venturer was a fast attack submarine that moved quickly, but it had a smaller crew and fewer weapons than its enemy. It could shoot 4 torpedoes at once and had 8 torpedoes total, while U-864 had 22. Even with the difference in firepower, the British submarine still pushed on and moved into place on February 6, 1945, with Lieutenant James S. Launders in charge. The HMS Venturer only had 2 ways to find an enemy sub: active radar or hydrophones. The active radar would show where he was, but the hydrophones could only go so far. To add to the problems, the boat's torpedoes were made to hit ships on the sea, not under the sea. Worse for Launders and his team, Wolfram and U-864 had already passed their position by the time he got there. The German sub was far from where the British were. It looked like the German might just make it to Japan. On his way to complete his mission, the diesel engines on the German sub started to misfire. Wolfram now had to decide whether to continue with his goal and risk engine trouble or failure as he sailed north past the Baltic countries, Russia, and the Arctic Circle, or to turn around and make more repairs. Wolfram, being a cautious man, decided to go back to Bergen, which unfortunately led him right into Launders' trap. On February 9th, the British crew was listening to their hydrophones when the diesel engine on the German sub started to misfire. This let the British crew know where the German sub was. Launders moved his sub quietly to where the noise was coming from, where he first saw open water, which told him that the noise was coming from beneath. Then he saw what he suspected to be an enemy periscope. It was likely the snorkel mast of the German submarine, which allowed it to run its diesel engines while it was only a few feet underwater. Launders saw it and instinctively knew he was looking at his target. For the next few hours, the Venturer tailed the U-864. Later, the U-864 started evasion tactics against the British, which means that they were now aware that the British sub was after them. Since the British were running out of battery power, they chose to attack with 2 salvos of 4 torpedoes, which was the whole weapon they had, basically risking it all. The first salvo was ripple-fired, meaning that each torpedo was launched about 18 seconds after the last one. The British sub started to reload its 4 tubes. Immediately, all 4 tubes were fired by the British. Only one hit a target. The remaining 7 missed, but it was enough. Just one shot was all it took to bring down the German sub, the 1% that counted. The British hydrophone operators heard the torpedo hit, the explosion, the iron tearing as the pressure bent it like paper, and finally, the dull thud of the German submarine as the wreckage hit the sea bottom. And that was how the British won the underwater battle. That is all we have for you today. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and the like button if you enjoyed this video. Also, hit the little bell so you get notified when we post new videos like this just for you. Thank you for watching. Till next time.